California communities have a mandate from the state to build 2.5 million homes in the next 6 years. Homes like this Habitat for Humanity development in Walnut Creek.
This is a 100% affordable development. When we're done, we will have 42 new homes for families to buy and to move into.
It literally took a village to get this development funded. The land was donated, and Habitat for Humanity also got public funds.
This is a very expensive development. Prop 5 is just a wonderful tool in the tool chest. When you're building affordable ownership housing,
Proposition 5 is not a bond in itself. Instead, it lowers the threshold for local governments like cities and counties to pass bonds for affordable housing and public infrastructure. Right now, 2/3 of voters need to approve these types of bonds. That's nearly 67%. Proposition 5 would drop that threshold to 55%.
Being able to meet a 2/3 threshold, it's really hard to be able to do that. Proposition 5, it's allowing jurisdictions to raise revenue.
Napa County Supervisor Belia Ramos is the president of the Association of Bay Area Governments.
This is the living area. We have a bedroom and then one bath over here.
She visited a new housing complex primarily for farm workers. Napa County has changed parking requirements and zoning laws to build more housing. But Ramos says that's not enough.
It's great to be able to zone for them. But if you can't afford to actually build the project, you still have the same problem. And all you have is a plan with nothing to back it up.
A report this year by a housing nonprofit found that 433 housing projects in the San Francisco Bay Area are stuck in development while they wait for funding. That's nearly 41,000 affordable homes waiting to be built.
Everyone is identifying housing, the affordability of housing, the supply of housing, and Prop 5 is going to help us meet that moment.
While Proposition 5 would not raise property taxes on its own, future bonds passed with the lower threshold would.
If Proposition 5 were to pass, you would see higher property taxes after every election because of all these different entities that can put bonds on the ballot.
Susan Shelley of the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association says the 2/3 threshold keeps local governments from incurring too much debt.
When you're talking about passing bonds and raising property taxes, I really think that 2/3 requires the government to think very seriously about how much people can afford to pay because they need to get buy-in from 2/3 of the electorate.
An analysis of 151 bond measures put before voters since 2002 found that about half passed with 2/3 majority. If the threshold had been lower at 55%, 86% of those measures would have passed.
We currently have a 55% threshold to pass school bonds, but that's very narrow. Prop 5 is not narrow. Prop 5 is going to be very expensive.
You can't ask to do more with the same amount of funds. We haven't kept up with the need of housing. And Prop 5 is helping us meet a moment that we haven't been able to meet thus far.
Monica Madden, ABC 7 News.